Hello trader, welcome to another weekly Forex forecast for the upcoming week from 6th of January till 10th of January. As this is going to be an FP week, we can expect increased volatility in the market. So this is the list that you can see, guys and girls. DXY, Euro dollar, British pound US dollar, dollar CAD, GBPJPY, dollar yen, and XAU USD. So before begin this analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, trader. So first of all, I will be starting with DXY, and also one by one we will be looking at all of them. Now let's first look at the highest time frame, looking at the monthly chart to see on DXY how the market might be doing. Now from the monthly, we can see that this is a long-term bull market. Starting from here, we can see there was a significant bounce on the monthly perspective on DXY with this huge monthly bull candle, followed by another bullish candle, followed by we can see another full body bullish candle. Back to back 3 months of bull move has given DXY a probability to go up further. Now as a result, we can see that in the first few days of the month, the market has shown significantly bullish, but at the same time, as we see the market is at the top, we can expect now for deeper pullback. This is the monthly support, and I think that as NFP coming up, we might see a retest of this monthly support before having another bounce towards the upside. If we look at the weekly perspective to see how the market is evolving, we can see that from the weekly back to back now 4th week, the market is on the bullish move. Now from the weekly perspective, we can see that DXY was in a bullish move for, this is the 5th week that the market has created a bullish candlestick pattern. Now as we can see, there is a rejection from the top. What I think that as we are expecting from the monthly DXY to come back down to retest the support level, this week we might see initial drop. What I think that the price may retest this support level from the weekly before moving back up again. Now dropping down to the daily chart to see how the market is evolving, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is a typical bullish market structure. We can see there was a strong bullish impulse followed by this correction, and we can see another impulse followed by deeper correction. The market is forming series of higher high and higher low, which is typical bullish market structure. Now at the same time, we can see that from the daily perspective here, this is the daily impulse here, followed by last day of trading week there was a narrow pullback. What we can expect on DXY for the price to come down further to the support level before moving back up again. So therefore on the lower time frame, what I think that DXY may continue to drop initially, and during the NFP we might see even break of this low before moving back up again. So lower time frame, we still could see some downside momentum, though it is in a bullish move. Looking at the intraday perspective, we can see that this is where the market, this zone here, what I think that this is a bearish price action for this zone here. Though the trend is up, we can see that series of higher low formation. We can see from this long consolidation, the market managed to break out with couple of sessions. The market formed narrow candlestick pattern. Now in that zone, what we can see, the price grab liquidity and drop back below. So what I think that this week we might see potential continuation to the downside, forming multiple liquidity grab, and we could see the price either retesting this support or even breaking below further and may continue to rise again. So therefore this could be the wave on DXY for the upcoming week, and based on that we can analyze euro dollar, British pound US dollar, and other USD pairs. So we can expect initial drop and then finally bounce back up. So with that said, let's look at euro dollar, how the market might be doing in this upcoming week. Now looking at the monthly chart again on euro dollar, we can see that from the monthly there was a significant drop on euro dollar. We can see from here back to back 3 months a strong drop. The market has broken this monthly support level on euro dollar, and after break of this monthly support, this is the monthly candlestick pattern. So far there was a significant free fall, and later we see that the market has gone back up for a pullback. Now with that pullback, we could see that now euro dollar may try to retest this previous support as a resistance before having another wave of drop. Looking at the weekly chart, we can see that weekly perspective, this is the weekly bearish candle. The market is still weekly in a strong bearish trend, but at the same time we can see that the market has bounced from this very important support level, which is in the past acted here as an important liquidity zone. The market managed to break out from this level, and at this point what we can see, the price from this level has got a rejection, and with that rejection we could see that euro dollar is potentially moving back up to retest, and then we could see further continuation. So expecting initial bounce and then continuation towards the downside from the weekly perspective. Now looking at the daily chart on euro dollar, we can see that from the daily there was a drop followed by a green candle formation last day of trading week. Now this green candle on euro dollar, we can see that it's a full body green from the daily, which has a volume in it, and the market penetrated this very important support level. So there is a strong rejection from this zone that could lead that price back to this resistance line. What I think that euro dollar, as we are expecting DXY to drop, we could see that potentially bouncing to the upside to this resistance, or even breaking up further before moving back down again in euro USD. Now from the intraday perspective, we can see that the market is forming a series of higher low with multiple liquidity candle formation in that area that can give euro USD further momentum to move back up to the upside, as there is a high liquidity. Therefore, what I think that euro dollar may give us initially potential bullish trading opportunity in that area for this potential move to the upside, and as soon as we will find suitable entry, we will be looking for going long with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at British pound US dollar. Like the euro dollar, we can see that GBPUSD also back to back. We have seen that there was a 3 months strong drop as expected. This month as well, the market from this previous support level has broken below and formed this bearish candle. Now as the market is on this support level, as we have seen, the market initially had a bounce. We could see in the beginning of the week potentially moving back to the upside here, and as the market may go up for a pullback, expecting for a deeper pullback before dropping down again. Now looking at the weekly chart, we can see that from the weekly, the price crossed this doji and crossed that high, form this long bearish engulfer. That's a bearish price action, but at the same time the market tested this support, and we can see it's forming series of higher low formation. So we can expect a strong reaction to the upside, and that might lead the price back to this previous support, which is turning resistance, and then we can expect for the market to return back again to the downside. Now looking at the daily chart on GBPUSD, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily narrow bullish candle that might lead the price after initial pullback to continue to rise again. But I think that GBPUSD may bounce back to this previous support here, which is turning resistance, and from that zone we could see the GBPUSD again dropping back down again. So looking at the intraday perspective on British pound US dollar, we can see that this market, if you look at here, we can see the series of higher low formation. There was multiple liquidity gap here from a doji. So as soon as we will see that GBPUSD has formed a strong bullish price action, we can look for potential bullish trading opportunity along the zone. As soon as we will find suitable entry on GBPUSD, we will be looking for going long with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at dollar CAD. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have in this instrument. Now looking at the monthly chart on dollar CAD, we can see that from the monthly also this is a very strongly bull market. After back-to-back 4 months of bullish move, this month as well, as soon as the market opened, we have seen that there was a bounce expecting dollar CAD to retest the support and then to continue to rise again. If we look at the weekly perspective on dollar CAD, we can see that from the weekly, this is bull market. Starting from here, a very strong momentum followed by this correction, and you can see another momentum, deeper correction, another bounce. Now what we can see that last week there was a narrow doji formation here on dollar CAD that has crossed the previous weekly low, close as a bullish candle that might give further momentum to the upside on dollar CAD. Now looking at the daily chart, we can see that from the daily perspective, we can see this is a bull market from a W here, a strong breakout with this daily bullish candle, expecting dollar CAD to drop further and then to continue to rise again to create a new higher high. So looking at the intraday perspective on dollar CAD, we can see that there was a long consolidation, and after this consolidation the market managed to break out. We can expect deeper pullback here to retest this support, and as with the weakness on DXY, we can expect it to drop further to this support level, and I think the dollar CAD might form this pattern before moving up or even dropping deeper further from this level. So now let's look at XAU USD. Let's see how the price might do. Now you can see the past week gold was very volatile. Now this week we might see that again another move, as it is NFP week. Looking at the monthly chart on XAU USD, we can see that this is historically bull market. If we look at the monthly candlestick pattern, we can see that the market was maintaining series of high lows starting from here. Every month the market was forming series of higher low, which is a strong sign of bullish momentum. Now what we can see that the price, after this impulse on the monthly, there was a very strong breakdown here, which is what I think that a strong pullback and also liquidity grab that formed this monthly long wick candle. This long wick represents a huge buying pressure in that area, followed by previous months we saw a deceleration candle that remaining in between the previous monthly high and low form a doji. Now this month, as soon as market open, we can see from this level started to bounce. Now as this market is maintaining here series of higher low and at the same time series of lower high, we might see that the price maintaining that series of higher low. Therefore this month the price might remain in this between this high and between this low. So therefore if we look at here, this is a monthly support that we can expect anytime a retest and then rejection, and at the same time this is the monthly high. So as the price after this upside, the price started to drop, we could see that now the market is coming back again to retest this support before it bounce back up again to create a new higher high. With that said, let's look at the weekly perspective here. Now from the weekly as well, we can see the market is forming series of higher low and also series of lower high, and you can see there was a rejection to the upside from a long wick candle. Now what I think that, as you can see, the price tested this previous weekly high from that long wick candle, so there is a liquidity grab from that zone here, and also there is a liquidity gap from this level here. So as this market now from the weekly perspective started to drop, we might see further continuation and it might drop to that liquidity zone before it bounce back up again to create a new higher high. So if we look at the daily chart on XAUUSD, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily price action, the market almost reached that daily resistance where there is a liquidity and there is a daily red candle formation from the daily perspective, expecting XAUUSD to drop further to this support level, as this is a resistance here, support here, resistance here, which might act as a support, and then we can expect a potential continuation. So from the daily, we could see that XAUUSD, it's still dropping down to that liquidity zone before moving back up again. So from the 4-hour perspective on XAUUSD, we can see that this is the intraday perspective here. There was a strong breakout from here. If you look at here, there is a liquidity grab and a strong green move followed by a strong red move. Now that move back here could lead that price back to the baseline here. But I think that as this market had a strong breakout to the resistance line and this bounce here is a straight green move. And as this market start to drop, what I think that we might see with the market open a potential gap open or any kind of liquidity grab here that might lead that price XAU USD to drop again back potentially to this support level, and then we might see a potential bounce back up to the upside. So therefore, what I think that initially in the beginning of the week, we might see this downtrend continuation, as after this head and shoulder formation, the market trending to the downside, expecting for the market to drop again, and that might lead the price back to this previous resistance, which is turning support level here. So therefore, as soon as we will find suitable selling opportunity on XAUSD, we'll be looking for going short with a high probability trade setup. Let's look at yen pairs. So starting with GBPJPY, looking at the monthly chart to see overall picture in the market. On GBPJPY, we can see that this instrument previous monthly candle closed as a huge bullish candle, but at the same time the market was forming series of lower high in that area on GJ, and this is the monthly candlestick pattern, expecting on GJ from the monthly for the price to even drop further in that area. So therefore, GBPJPY, we might see that the price is melting towards the downside. Now looking at the weekly chart on GJ, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly price action where the market formed double top. This is the weekly candle, which is a long bearish candle, and from this we can see there was a bounce followed by weekly bearish candle, expecting GJ to continue to drop to create a new lower low. Now if we look at the daily chart on GBPJPY, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily price action where there was a local uptrend, and from that local uptrend the market managed to break below on GJ. So we can expect on GBPJPY for the price to retest this previous support down resistance, and then we can expect for the market to return back again towards the downside. Now from the 4-hour perspective on GBPJPY, we can see that there was a break of structure. Now currently this market locally in a downtrend, there is a drop, pullback, another drop, deeper pullback, expecting GJ to potentially bounce, to retest, and then to continue to drop. So this could be the wave, and we might see that potential downtrend continuation on GBPJPY in the upcoming week. Now let's look at dollar yen. Let's see, this market was a little sideways in this upcoming week. Now let's see what kind of opportunity we have in this market. From the monthly perspective on dollar yen, we can see that from the monthly, there is a monthly bounce here, followed by, we can see that there is a bearish candle, followed by another monthly bullish engulfer here on the monthly. And if you look at this month, we can see there is a narrow smaller candle formation, which we could see that the price, what I think that it might range in this support and resistance on the monthly, but at the same time the bias is still could be a little downside, as the market is at the top, and we might see a deeper pullback here before it bounced back up. Now looking at the weekly chart on dollar yen, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly price action here on dollar yen, and we can see this is a strong bounce on the weekly, followed by deeper pullback, and we can see there is another bounce from the weekly perspective. There is a weekly doji formation, and what I think that if the market open here, we might see initial pullback and then a continuation to the downside potentially, as there is a weak fill possible on dollar yen from the weekly. If we look at the daily, though it is in a bullish trend, we might see a potential, what I think that if we delete that, we can see that the market, wherever it's grabbing liquidity, forming a bearish candle here. So what I think dollar yen, we may see that the price is returning back to the upside, grabbing liquidity, and then dropping back down here. So from the 4-hour perspective on dollar yen, we can see the market is forming series of higher low here, and there is a resistance line here, as the price is, whenever it's forming long week candle, expecting for the market to drop here. So as soon as we can expect for the market to retest and then to continue to drop again. So as soon as we will find suitable entry on dollar yen, we will be looking for going short with a high probability trade setup. If you have any question, you can use the comment section to ask. Thank you very much for joining this weekly Forex forecast. I'll see you again very soon, trading live together.